Patrick Cook here. So welcome to session number 39 of our Mandelbulb3D Epic Rendering tutorial series. We're at a point now where we've done our quality related work. We've scaled the image down. We're at a point now where we can get this thing saved out as an electronic file that we can send off to the printer. All right. Now, what I've run into in the past is that these print labs seem to like JPEG. I don't really know why that is. It's possible because they think that the whole world is only able to work with JPEG. It's pretty common, easy to work with. All the software image editors can deal with JPEG no problem. And JPEG is okay for a couple reasons. One is that you do have some level of control of the amount of compression, all right? And you also can almost rely upon, well, the print vendor probably knows what they're doing. All right, so if they'll only take JPEG, give them JPEG, just try to minimize the amount of compression that you do on the file that you're going to send off to the print vendor. All right. Well, let's okay. Now well, first of all, let's save this. Now I want to save it, but I want to save it as cropped. All right, so that I've got some ability to go back. Save, yeah, replace, good. Okay, so I saved it as processed and cropped, just in case I want to go back to the pre-cropped version. All right, so let's do a file, and we want to do an export. I want to do an export as, okay. All right, here we go. So I'm going to save it out as a JPEG. Where are you? Come on, there we go. JPEG right here. JPEG, okay. I'm going to save it as a JPEG. All right, good. I think, and we're going to call it, let's see, we'll just say, all right, we'll just say for printer, good. Okay. All right, let's export that. Now here's where I get my quality settings. Now, the quality, if I was to do a quality of 0, all right, that is going to get me the minimum compression. It's kind of weird how they do this. It's a quality of 0. It's actually a 0 compression. All right, here's a quality of 100. All right, so okay, so here we go. So I'm going to save this out with minimum compression. All right. And let's see, save EXIF data. The printer, most printers aren't going to need the EXIF data. All right, that's information that is put into the file. Image size, the compression ratio, maybe the author, stuff like that. I usually leave it checked on because I don't really care if the print vendor gets into that data. There's no privacy information that I'm concerned about. And they may actually want that information so that they can pull out what the resolution is, you know, the X and the Y, the resolution. I usually leave that on. I don't do a save thumbnail because it'll actually I don't need a thumbnail. All right. So, okay, so I usually go with these. So let's export that. Okay. All right, good. So now we should find our image. If we can get this up here. I think we put it right in here. There we go. Where did we put it? Where did it go? For printer, right there. Let's get the properties up on that. Let's see what we got. Okay. Details. Okay, so there's my 9,000 by 6,000. All right. It's we don't care about this. Okay, the printer doesn't care about these values here. It is 24-bit color depth. It is sRGB. That is the that's the color space. All right, the printer can deal with that. Okay. Now we could get into all kinds of color correction, and we could get into using the color palette that the printer uses, and we could, I think that is called the ICC, International Color, oh goodness, now I forgot what ICC stands for. Anyway, we don't need to get into that right now. All right, if you're really professional about all of this, if you are a professional, you probably would get into matching the color profile of the printer. But I have found that normally it's not required because they know how to deal with sRGB. That's the color space, and they know how to deal with that. And sRGB usually does a very good job. And you let the printer worry about all of that color manipulation and correction stuff. Again, you want to give the printer vendor some leeway. You just want to get it close. All right. So looking at these properties, pretty good. Obviously, here's all of your EXIF information here. There's no camera involved, so none of that stuff is relevant. You know, here's our resolution. There's our color depth right here. And here's our color space right there. So everything looks pretty good. Okay, that. Let's open it up and see what we got. Yeah, just in photos is fine. Okay. There we go. Now that's interesting because when I open it up in photos, it's a little washed out. Interesting. I mean, compared to GIMP. I mean, look at that. Look at that. See? You see how this is a little washed out in this this photo viewer? I don't know if I want to be concerned about that. Let's open it up in something else here. Let's see, get this. Let's open this up in. Let's open it with something else. Irfan View. Let's see. All right, that's a little bit brighter. Let's get it the same size, shall we? So we can compare. So that was very interesting. All right, this is Irfan View right in here, and this is GIMP. And let's see, get a little bit closer to the size. So Irfan View, it's a free download. It's very good little image editor that it gives you a lot of utility capability. The Irfan View opened it up very realistically compared to GIMP, whereas the photo viewer, let's open with photos. Here we go, photos. Now that is very interesting, don't you think? Look at that. Now there's the photos. Let's see if I can get a similar size here. Now that is very interesting, okay? All right, so what this tells me is that this Photos program, let's see, who makes this? Who makes this? What is this? Is this Microsoft? All right, this is probably some sort of a Microsoft thing. It just kind of comes along with Windows 10. And I don't think it does a very good job. I don't think it does a good job at all. So, anyway, just to kind of wind up this this conversation here, this is my GIMP. All right, and this is Irfan view looking at our final JPEG output, and this is Photos. And boy, I'll tell you, that scares me. I don't know if I'd want to send that out. But the Irfan view kind of tells me that we're okay. All right. So what I have here is I have an image. Let's get that out of here. I have an image of 6,000 by 9,000 that is ready to go out to the printer in JPEG. All right. And with the highest possible quality. In other words, minimum compression. The JPEG file itself is 72 megabytes. Not too bad. Easy to upload that. So I think we are in pretty good condition in terms of our project. I think I'm gonna send that out. Okay. All right. So let's come back into our final session. I think we can make the next session our final and just kind of review all of this, wrap it up, and I think we're in pretty good shape here. All right, I'll see you in the final session. We'll do a final review, and we'll see how we can wrap this up. All right, I'll see you there.